Alright, welcome back to the channel. A channel member watched one of my Alaska videos, one of my recent videos, where I mentioned that my goal for 2025 is to achieve Alaska status. And they asked me how I redeem Alaska miles. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how I accrued a lot of Alaska miles in a very short period of time, and I'm going to walk you through a couple examples of redemptions. The Alaska status that I'm aiming for is MVP Gold 75K, and that maps to One World Emerald status. The reason I'm interested in Emerald status is because I don't only get access to business class lounges, I get access to first class lounges. It's a pretty tall order for me, but I'm going to give it a shot and I'm going to bring you along for the ride. If you're not yet up to speed on the Alaska mileage plan for 2025 and its recent updates, watch this video here. Or this one. One of the cool things about the program is that you need to actually fly to gain status. You can't just spend your way to status. And I'm being 100% selfish because I'm hoping that it's going to limit the amount of folks who will have Alaska Elite status. If everyone has status, then no one has status. Lastly, Alaska grants elite qualifying miles, or EQMs, based on the distance that's flown. Which is why on the surface, this program appears tailor-made for me. Did I mention that I'm dumping Delta for Alaska? Delta's a good program, but it's just not right for me. Alright, for those new to the channel, I'm Richard Debs from Alaska Travel Rewards, and I'm an avid traveler. If you're watching this, you likely are too, so go ahead and subscribe to see why I use credit cards to enable this travel habit of mine. Let's see if Alaska in 2025 can get me where I need to go in style. So in planning for 2025, I needed to begin accruing Alaska miles because that's what miles are for. Because it's not like I'm going to start paying for a ton of flights this year. I don't mind paying for the short haul flights, but if you watch my channel or my travel channel, I take long haul flights to Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. So how did I accrue the Alaska miles, which I've already redeemed for trips this year? 1, I applied for the Alaska credit card and earned its sign-up bonus. Second, I transferred American Express MR points to Hawaiian, and I then transferred the points to Alaska. And I purchased 100,000 Alaska miles back in November. And by the way, I really regret not purchasing more. I should have at least doubled that. So now I'm crossing my fingers that there's going to be another Alaska sale soon. Next, I transferred a healthy sum of built points to Alaska, but I'm holding on to the rest so I can get that rent day transfer bonus. Next, I did some shopping on the Alaska Mileage Plan shopping portal, but I did just enough shopping to earn my sign-up bonus, because I know that any EQMs earned from shopping are going to reset at the end of December. So just so you know, you earn 1 EQM for every $3 spent on the card. And now that it's January, I'm going to put a healthy amount of spend on the card to earn EQMs for this year. You're probably wondering why I didn't apply for the Hawaiian card, which currently has a 70,000 mile sign-up bonus. Trust me, I tried, but Barclays thinks that I've accumulated too many cards in too short of a period. I don't know why they would think that. Alright, so let's jump to alaskaair.com. If you don't have an account, be sure to sign up for an account right away. I'm going to go sign in. Alright, great. So we've logged in. So we'll go to book flights. Alright, so this is a screen that you want to be on. Sometimes you end up on a different booking screen depending on where you came from. Let me show you what you do in that situation. So if you're logged in and this is where you land, this is not where you want to do your booking from. If you're on this screen, you'll want to click on all search options. Alright, we're in the right place. Let's say I want to go to Cape Town, which is not unusual. And I want to book an award flight from JFK to Cape Town, South Africa. So let's type in JFK, select JFK, and we're going to go to Cape Town. This is the airport in Cape Town. CPT, I want to click Use Miles. And I always select one way, and there's a couple reasons for this. There's more flexibility in my return date, and if there's any disruptions in the trip, it won't impact any of the legs of the trip. And sometimes I'm going after a targeted deal that's often one way. So let's say I want to leave next month. All right, let's say around February 20th, one adult, and my dates are flexible. So I select this to see a broader range of options so I can pick the best redemption out there. Because again, I'm always flexible when I travel. We'll click find flights. All right, so what you're seeing off the bat are all economy flights, and they highlight the cheapest ones. So let's say they range from anywhere from 42,000 to 55,000 miles. And there's always a small fee. So if I'm going economy, by default, I'm just gonna choose the cheapest one. So let's say February 14th, 42.5 thousand miles with a $97 fee. So let's select this one. We'll click continue. So here we're looking at all the flights for February 14th, as you can see at the top of the screen. And there's a week view, so you can select any other day and see the options there. But you got 7 days up here, and these are all the flights for this day. And what's important here are the cabin classes. So we have main, partner premium, partner business, and then first class. And when it says partner here, these aren't Alaska flights, these are Alaska partner flights. So the two partners on this screen are Qatar and Condor. Some of these flights are longer, where you start off on an Alaska flight, but this is likely just a positioning flight. So in this use case here, you're gonna get on an Alaska flight from JFK to Seattle, and then you're gonna go from Seattle to Doha, and then from Doha to Cape Town. So guys, I'm not against this. Remember, one of the big things with the Alaska Mileage Plan for 2025 is that you earn EQMs on the miles flown. So if you're gonna take me from JFK to Seattle, and then from Seattle to Doha, that's a lot of additional miles that I'm gonna earn EQMs on. So let's focus on this Condor flight here. This has 3 cabin classes. So there's main, which is economy, premium, premium economy, and business. So when you see this little icon here, this is a mixed cabin itinerary. So what that means is that if you're going from JFK to Frankfurt, you're flying premium economy, but then from Frankfurt to Cape Town, you're flying coach. So I try to avoid mixed cabin whenever possible, but there are use cases where you can fly business class on the first leg, and then on the second leg, there's no business class option, so you might be in premium economy or coach, because that's all what's available on that type of aircraft. But I just want to point it out to you because just because this fare is in this column, under the premium column, it doesn't mean it's premium all the way. This flight is kind of short notice, so the only real things to consider here are the economy flights. I'd never do business class for 375,000 miles one way. So let's push out our window to March to see if we can do better. All right, so we're gonna change our search criteria to March. So we're gonna scroll up and we're gonna click change your search. And here we're gonna select departing date of March. So let's choose March 10th. And here I have an option, which I'm gonna tick, which is award calendar. Click find flights. So on this screen, there's a lot more cheap options for redemption flights on economy, but as you can see, a lot of these fees are quite high. And honestly, British Airways, they go crazy with their fees. Since I'm flexible with the dates, I want to see what business class options there are, because whenever possible, I want to fly business class. So right under filter results award type, I'm going to select business. And these are the business class options. So as you can see here, these business class options are only 85,000 points. It's not terrible, it's not great, but it's not terrible. But look at these fees, $1,255. It could only be British Airways. So let's take a look. So let's say we leave towards the end of the month. So on this screen, we see 3 partner airlines. We have Qatar, Condor, and British Airways. So I look at each airline separately first. So we hear the cheapest one on this screen, Qatar, is 55,000 points and a $58 fee. Or you can choose to fly Condor, which will be 42.5 thousand points if you're flying economy, 55,000 if you're flying premium. So I haven't flown Condor before, but I think British Airways has a better product. But if I were gonna fly for 55,000 points, I'm gonna fly on Condor because it has a $97 fee versus a $530 fee. So I compare these two. I look at the times, for example, if the times were very off, where I was flying a crazy time early in the morning or something. In this case, this Condor flight leaves at 5:25 p.m. British Airways flight leaves at 7:30 p.m. They're pretty close. So in this case, I would definitely select the Condor option. And these British Airways flights, again, they're very expensive. They have a very high fee and they're mixed cabin. Let's take a look. So I get to fly business across the Atlantic and then only premium economy to South Africa. So far, I found nothing great. So because I want to fly business class and I have flexibility, we're gonna go out a couple months. So let's go change our search. And we're gonna change our destination to Doha. So we're gonna do a one-way to Doha. We're gonna change it to 2 adults, and we're gonna select award calendar. And our departing date's gonna be, let's say, May 7th. Find flights. All right, let's scroll down, and I'm gonna filter for business only. So May 7th was just a random date because I wanted to get to the whole May calendar. So let's look at the whole May calendar. All right, so I'm looking at the screen and I'm going straight to blue. Blue means these are the cheapest options. And ding, 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 I'm seeing a $70K and only a $33 fee. So I'm taking a look at that. All right, so I land on the screen and I'm seeing all these expensive business class tickets, but remember on the previous screen we saw a business class ticket for $70K and a $33 fee. So let's go find it. Scrolling down, so here it is, our $70K and $33 fee. And who's it with? It's with Royal Jordanian. I love Middle Eastern Airlines, as I've told you before, but I would have a problem with this one because it's an alcohol-free flight. But no big deal, guys, just pack a couple nips, you'll be all set. So if you're comfortable and you want to fly business class from JFK to Doha, here's a flight for $70K and $33. Not bad at all. Something else I want to show you is planning a stopover flight with Alaska's free stopover option. So we're going to go from JFK to Doha, spend a couple days in Doha, and then head to Cape Town. So if you have flexibility, a stopover is a great way to just see more special places. You can do a week stay in Doha, and it's a free option with Alaska. So let's go plan it out. Scroll up. Click change your search. We're going to select multiple city, and we're going to go from New York to Doha, and then we're going to go from Doha to Cape Town, but we want to leave a week later. Find flights. If you're going to do a stopover in Doha, Qatar is going to be your best choice. And as you can see here, it only costs 55,000 miles for a 1-week vacation in Doha. Again, it's a one-way flight economy, but only 55,000 miles to go spend a week at Doha and then continue your vacation in Cape Town. That's a great deal. Again, you're gonna have to brace yourself for economy, but I think this is a great deal. Guys, I'm 6'3". If I can survive economy, you can. Maybe I should make a video on how I survive economy, all the things I bring with me on the plane to make it bearable. Let me know if you want to see that video. Let me know in the comments. All right, really the last thing that I want to talk about is why are people in love with Qatar? The answer is the vaunted Q Suites. If you haven't experienced it, you need to put it on your list. So this deal right here is 255,000 points to fly business class. If you're willing to do that to fly business class, you want to know if this Qatar flight offers Q Suites as an option. For the record, I wouldn't do this because it's not a deal, but I want you to know how to determine if a flight on here is Q Suites. So if this flight met your time and date requirements, and let's say it was the right amount of points for you, let's go figure out how to determine if this is Q Suites. So you're gonna jump over to QatarAirways.com, you're gonna create an account if you don't have one, and you're gonna log in, and you're gonna find that flight. So we're leaving from New York to Doha. It's gonna be a one-way flight on May 7th, with 2 passengers, 2 adults. We're gonna click search flights. Wait, what time was that flight? Let's see. 11:20 a.m. flight 704. So we'll go back to Qatar. 11:20 a.m. So we'll click flight details just to be sure. Take a look here. It's flight 704. And it's a Q Suite flight. And even though it's kind of nutty, see how much it costs in business class? $20,000. That's a semester's tuition at many colleges. It boggles my brain. But if you use points, it's significantly less dollars, but it's still a lot of points. But that's how I quickly determine if a Qatar flight on here is a Q Suites flight. Now there's a lot of tools out there that you can pay for, but you can do a lot of this stuff yourself. So guys, I've already redeemed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flights already for 2025, and I'm not even done. This is just the first half of the year. And I will be sprinkling in some paid flights in between. So guys, keep the questions coming on my website, boomacompany.com. Thanks again to the channel member who asked this question. You know, I do this so often that it becomes second nature for me, but I forget sometimes that a lot of you are new to the game and that you'd want a step-by-step example of how to do it, which I'm happy to do. So keep the questions coming. Thanks for watching until the end. Since you've gotten this far, it only makes sense to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and become a member to help give this channel some visibility. As always, take care and be good to each other.